Ahoy, swabs! Captain Jeff the Pirate here, at your disservice. Welcome to Captain Jeff Reviews and Questions Adventure Time. Now, this past week, we got more of the backstory of Marceline Abadier. It was a 4-night special event where both two parts of the episode were about Marceline. So, without further ado, Captain Jeff is proud to be reviewing and questioning Adventure Time, the special 8-part, 4-night series special Adventure Time Stakes. And with that, let us begin the review. Alright, this episode will be about Empress Eyes, but I gotta backtrack real quick. By the end of Vamps About, Marceline confronts the king, who's hanging out with the garden gnome vampire, who's called the Fool. She's able to stake him right off the bat, and she gets the ability to fly again. As for the king, he's still a step ahead of her, and he points out, why is she goofing around when the Empress is heading towards the Ice Kingdom? This be one of the two we didn't see, and in fact wasn't even mentioned. So the Empress Eyes we now pick up is the Empress is heading straight for the Ice Kingdom. The shot opens with Simon asleep in his bed, and for some reason he is... Now we've seen one of Simon's dreams before with the whole Guntar and the former Ice Wizard, but now for some reason he seems to be channeling Lemongrab. Unacceptable! Unacceptable! So then the Empress comes, appears before Simon, uninvisible. So then she reveals her eyes and hypnotizes Simon to now be her slave. She says, "Bring me blood." So he brings her penguins. She bites one. It tastes like cheese water. She bit a Guntar! So what? We now have to deal with a vampire penguin? Oh boy. So she demands Finn's blood. So Simon goes to get it. Let's see. Now, while he's out and about, apparently we see in one of his journals that Simon was, in fact, hypnotized before by this vampire. The question being, when did it happen, and how did he get free the first time? Jake is outside. He be guarding the cabin. He panics and then multi-stabs some kind of outside clock. It's basically a grandfather clock with a candle on it outside. So then, right before Marceline gets a chance to stab the Empress, Simon comes back with Finn, possibly the only human left which the Empress can feed off of. So Finn breaks free and actually is able to stab the Empress in the back when she turns invisible, but no effect. I guess it really has to be a direct shot to the heart. Now then, we figure out why Marceline be the Adventure Time equivalent of Blade. After Simon left, she saw a vampire about to attack some other humans, so she took it out. Her protecting the last few humans was like her way of protecting Simon. So that is why she hunted vampires. Simon breaks down, but is able to capture them. So then the Empress is like, kill Marceline, kill Finn, give me the blood, destroy her. But Simon can't. So then, after she gets trapped in a block of ice, she tries to hypnotize Simon again. But we find out he wasn't even hypnotized before. He can't get hypnotized now, and he wasn't hypnotized before. He was just acting goofy because she be a pretty lady, which he, of course, is the Ice King stalks. I guess the only upside is all those years of him wearing the crown finally gave him some kind of hypnotism or magic resistance to other stuff. So then, after she leaves, Marcy is saying how ye won't be able to mess with his heart again. Let's see. Now, the Empress then asks why she let him degenerate into what he is. And I think that's a good question. In the episode I Remember You, Marcy does say that Simon always does find her. And you think after time had passed, Marcy would have gone looking for Simon at some point. Yeah, so which again begets the question of why does she want to become mortal when she could stay alive for as long as Simon and try to find a way to help him and Betty. The Empress then sounded like she had some kind of... She says that Simon had like a silver fox thing going on for him. So again, I wonder the question of, And she says he was happy, back when I hypnotized him the first time. Which again makes me wonder, did Marcy find and stake her the first time, and that's what broke the curse the first time? Anyway, she goes too far. Marcy goes crazy and tries to stake her, but only is able to after Bubblegum comes in and zaps her with a ray gun that paralyzes her. It'd be the same gun that we saw in Varmints, only I guess it has more functions. There. Overall, I'd be giving this episode 2 thumbs up. We learned some more about Simon, about his past interactions. We learned more about Marceline, her enemies. We learned about this new enemy that we haven't encountered before. And we learned about why she hunts vampires. Why she is the Blade of Adventure Time. It'd be a good episode. A little sad in some parts, but overall it'd be very good. That's all the time we have for this episode. Until next time, this be Captain Jeff reviewing and questioning Adventure Time. Saying thank you for watching, and as always, arrgh.